Perfect. We are recording. So thanks to everyone who has come out today. I wish I could show you what my desk looks like in front of me. I have literally all the products that I use for my children. My name is Emily. I am a platinum leader and wellness advocate for Doterra. And I have 3 children. I'm a mom of 3. I have my son Sutton, who just turned 9, my daughter Gabrielle, who's 7, and she would say, "Mommy, I'm 7.5." And Evangeline, who just turned 4. So I have been using the oils for, let me see, I guess 4 years. I started using them about 3 months after my 3rd was born. And I literally cannot even imagine what I did for the first 5 years of being a mom, and through pregnancies, 3 pregnancies to be exact, without the oils. So I'm here today with Sammy. Sammy's also on my team, and I'll let her introduce herself to you guys.
Hi, welcome. I am this month a doTERRA director.
Woohoo!
I reached a new level this month. And I used one doTERRA product for 4 years, and then last year found everything else, and it's completely changed my life. I was a kid with severe anxiety, with chronic strep throat and scarlet fever, like crazy temper tantrums, which are panic attacks. And I think all the time about how my life would have, and how my parents' lives would have been so much easier if they had one simple tool or a bunch of simple tools to help me. And since I nanny, and since I have so many friends who ask me about how they can support their kids with oils, and I don't have kids, so I haven't learned yet, I asked Emily if we could have a class on this so that I can learn, so that others can learn, and so we could have a little fun with it.
Amazing, thanks, Sammy. And that's the great thing about doTERRA, is we're all about sharing. So it's a really powerful way for us to be able to lift each other up and to help each other out. And this class was born from that exact sentiment. So I'm going to give you a little idea of what the agenda is today. I'm going to talk about resources that I like to use as a mom. I'm going to talk about a few prizes we're going to give away today, which is very exciting. And then I'm going to cover off, not for too long, because this call is mostly about kids, but I'm going to cover off babies, just for basic knowledge for you guys. And then I'm going to link up to our Facebook page. So if you're on this call and you're not part of our Essential Sisters Oil Love page, just send me a message to emily@essentialsisters.ca, and then you can be part of the group to get the resources. I'm going to post up some really good resources for using oils with your baby that I may not cover off today. Then we're going to talk about the OnGuard line, and a little bit about household cleaning, and why I think it's the #1 way to be using essential oils for your family. And it's the #1 way to really begin to see results in your life, okay? Then we're gonna move on to oils for kids. And when I say kids, I mean you could push it to 18 months, but let's just call it 2 years plus. And we're gonna get into my kids box that I have that the kids use in the morning. We're going to talk about diffusing. We're going to talk about remedies for things like coughs and fever, vomiting, car sickness, nightmares, etc. And then I'm going to walk you through a really awesome basic protocol that I do on my kids once a week. That's really great for stress relief and for immunity boosting. And we're going to talk a little bit about personal care products that you can be using for kids as well. How does that sound? Awesome. Okay, so welcome. Here is the #1 resource that I use for essential oils. And what I always like to tell people when they're getting started with oils is that you do not need to know anything to get started, okay? A lot of people will see what I'm doing and will see me as this like highly educated person who's been through aromatherapy school, who co-founded a yoga business, who knows all the things. Not the case. Yes, I am those things. However, I'm not aromatherapy certified. So what's important for you to understand is there's a very, very simple way that you can create a home pharmacy for your family and use it with confidence and then start to feel empowered to be the solution for your family, be the first line of defense for your family, be the first line of access to natural care for your family. So this is really going to start to put you into, the goal is to have this get you into a space of leadership and taking ownership of your health. And the number one way to do that is to do classes like this, and also to have this book. This is my favorite book. It's my mom Bible. It's my oils Bible. It's called Modern Essentials. It's a really nice, it's like one of those like nice soft cover cookbooks that we all love if you like to cook. It also comes in an app. So I have both. I have the app for on the go, or when I don't feel like going up to the 3rd floor to get my book. And I use that one as well. So I'm going to link this up. I'm going to make a note for myself to link this up for you guys below the post. And the way you use this book, first and foremost, is you can look up an actual condition. So the second half of the book, you can look up an actual condition like, see what I pull up to here, earache. Okay, so I just pulled up the condition earache. And under here, it talks about what oils you can use for earaches, what kind of earache it might be, how to use the oils safely, and you know what the solution is using essential oils. So it's funny that I'm looking at earache right now because that was the very first time I used this book. And my daughter, we were away, and my daughter had an earache, and I looked it up in the book, and off we went, and it worked. It was amazing. I'm like, what is this stuff? The other way that you can use this book is you can look up an actual oil. So let's say you have some doTERRA oils already and you're on the call, maybe you have your home essentials kit and you're ready to go with your top 10. You could look up an oil, for example, I just looked up tangerine. Okay, and it will tell you all the things that you can know about tangerine. It goes into really good depth. And what I love about it is it gives you the body systems that are affected by that oil, which is amazing. How you can use it topically, safely, internally, or aromatically. If it cannot be used internally, it will be indicated as well in this book, which is awesome for the resource. And it blends with. So, for example, tangerine blends great, it says, with basil, bergamot, clary sage, frankincense, etc., etc. So this is your starter to creating your own diffuser blends. So when I post diffuser blends that I've created, I have most certainly used this book to assist me in creating that diffuser blend. Okay, so there's 3 ways that we can use oils. As adults, we can take them internally, we can use them topically, and we can use them aromatically. Topically would be all over the body on certain points. I always recommend that you use your intuition, but there are specific points that we can use on children that I'll talk about today. Aromatically would be directly from the bottle inhaling from the hands, or inhaling aromatically from a diffuser, for example. And then internally would be for anyone over 10, and obviously safely using doTERRA oils only, because they're the only company that is pure, certified pure therapeutic grade, which means they can be taken internally, not all of them. Use the guide, be your own advocate, okay? And internally, I would always recommend for an adult starting internally to start with the citrus oils. If this is interesting to you, I would recommend like 2 drops of lemon in your water in the morning and giving that a try to start with internal. Now, the prizes that I'm giving away today, there's 2 things. I'm giving away a calmer. This is one of the children's, the kids line. So there's a kids collection by doTERRA that has a set of rollers in it. They've just added a new one this year. So there's actually 7 rollers for children. I'm giving away one of those today to a lucky winner, and also some doTERRA beadlets, peppermint beadlets. So these are awesome for on the go. I use them in place of, I don't chew gum, but in place of chewing gum and like a breath mint. And also this is great for relieving headaches. It's great for gaining clarity and for getting sort of woken up. So I was thinking about moms and what moms would really like. And these peppermint beadlets are the bomb.com for moms. And my little ones love them too. Every day they get in the car after school and they're like, basically put their hand out. And I pass them the OnGuard hand sanitizer. and the peppermint beadlets. They each take a beadlet and they sanitize their hands. So let's talk about babies. For those of you who've got little babies at home from 0 to 2, there's a very specific set of oils that I would recommend working with. It's very simple. If you wanted to go ahead and purchase a kit for your home for baby, I would recommend getting the Home Essentials kit, which has the top 10, or you could get the pre-diluted roller kit, so the touch kit, which has 9 oils in it, which are really going to serve you as you roll the oils on babies' feet. The #1 place to roll oils on babies is on their feet. It goes in through their skin, goes into their bloodstream, and then penetrates every cell in their body within half an hour. So it's very, very powerful for little babies. That being said, we want to be very specific about what oils we're using for babies, okay? So I'm going to go through the oils that I recommend for babies. I recommend, and of course, these are all doTERRA oils if you haven't caught on to that already. Frankincense, lavender, lemon, tea tree or melaleuca, depending on what your bottle says, it's the same thing. Roman chamomile, fennel, and grapefruit. So all of those oils are very, very safe for little tiny babies to be using, okay? Now, what I will tell you is that dilution is very important. So you want to find a carrier oil that works well for you. The carrier oils that I recommend are, let me see if I've got my other ones here with me. Yes, okay, so I've got fractionated coconut oil. This is the one that I use. Now I always, every couple of classes that I teach, somebody will say they can't use coconut oil. What I remind them is that this oil does not smell like coconuts. It's scentless, which is great. If for some reason they can't use it, I would recommend using an almond oil or a jojoba oil. You could even use an olive oil if you wanted to. So dilution would be, generally speaking, would be I do a ½ teaspoon to 1 drop for a baby. Okay, so you could generally gauge if you get the pump, you can get these pumps in the US warehouse. I would do 2 pumps to 1 drop. Okay, so for little tiny babies, I'm going to go through a couple of notes that I have made on how you can use the oils. And I'm going to try to not go too quickly so that you can take notes, but if you need me to repeat something, just let me know. You can just comment and I'll grab it and repeat it, okay? So for little tiny babies, lavender is really good for emotional upset, skin issues, sleeplessness, aches and pains, and colic. Now you can get the oils that I recommended, every single one except you can get frankincense, tea tree, and lavender in a roller. This is the 15 ml regular oil with nothing in it other than lavender. This is pre-diluted with fractionated coconut oil, okay? So this guy here is really good to go for the change table. So on my change table with Evangeline, I have, and still have, she doesn't have a change table anymore, but I still have it in her room, lavender, frankincense, and tea tree. Those are the 3 rollers that I would recommend you guys get, okay? Now, lemon, really good for runny nose, congestion, anxiety, and airborne and surface germs. So there's a really great germ fighting spray that you can use for little babies. You can add it to, you could spray it on surfaces like the bathtub or on their toys or their soothers, for example, because lemon's really safe for them. What I always recommend is taking like a spray bottle and putting in 10 to 15 drops of lemon oil and then shaking it up and labeling it, and then you can spray it on their toys and then sit them out to dry. Okay, or their soothers or whatever. This is a really great option for you guys. Melaleuca or tea tree is great for wounds, immune support, and germs. Also really good, which I didn't note here for myself, is for yeast overgrowth. So if there's any kind of veggie stuff going on with Babe, which I had with my third and my second, actually. Yeah, my two girls had it. Must be really common. Maybe not. Melaleuca is incredible for that. So with Gabrielle, my second, she had that stuff, and I went to the doctor and they gave her like a topical cream, which worked, but it would temporarily work and then it would come back. With Evangeline, we had the oils, so I had a bottom spray that I used on her, and it worked miraculously. It would come back every so often, but it disappeared pretty quickly, and it worked really nicely. So I'm going to link up all the recipes that I'm going to give you today. I'm going to link them up in the Facebook page. Feel free to take notes, but you will be taken care of after the call if you just want to hang out and relax, because I know what it's like being a mom and you just want to chill out. Okay, sore bottom spray. It's for areas of skin irritation and diaper rash and vaginitis stuff. 4 tablespoons of carrier oil. So I would do coconut oil. 1 drop each of tea tree melaleuca, same thing, lavender, and Roman chamomile. This is Roman chamomile here. It comes in a 5 ml bottle. This is a really key oil to have when you have little tiny babies in the house. Also really good for adults. You can add all these ingredients to a small spray bottle and mist it onto their bum. Okay? So not one of those like big like squirt bottles that would use for your counter, just one of those nice little ones that you would like use for like a face mister. All right, I've got a question here. Can I repeat the last one? Yes, the sore bottom spray, is that the one you're looking for? Minx? Oh yes, Sammy, good one. Roman chamomile is on sale to the end of the month. Okay, so Minx, it is 4 tablespoons of carrier oil, 1 drop of tea tree melaleuca, same thing, 1 drop lavender, 1 drop Roman chamomile. Add the ingredients to a small spray bottle and mist onto affected areas. Okay. Now, Roman chamomile is great for emotional upset, anger, irritability, skin irritation, and teething. Okay. So one really great way to get the oils into the baby, like I said, is right on the bottoms of their feet. So use that. If you're not using a roller, use a 1/4 teaspoon or a 1/2 teaspoon of fractionated coconut oil or carrier oil with 1 drop of oil. Now, you may have purchased essential oils from other places and have other sources of essential oils in your home. I would highly recommend you switch over to Doterra for your baby entirely, and also pay attention to how much you're using. I always tell people, even adults in my first classes with them, to only start with 1 drop. Okay, start with 1 drop because they're very, very potent. Doesn't mean they're unsafe. It means they're actually quite the opposite. They're very pure, and so we need less. Less is more with these guys. Okay. Anybody who's colicky, I mentioned fennel at the beginning as a great oil to have on hand. You can apply fennel to the belly button and lavender to the bottoms of the feet for any kind of colicky stuff that's going on. For congestion or runny nose, for babies, remember this is all for babies that I'm talking about, up to about 2. I would apply lemon with carrier oil on the chest and or to the bottoms of the feet. For constipation, I would apply grapefruit to the stomach with coconut oil. For cradle cap, which my son had like crazy, I would apply lavender and olive oil to the scalp. So it might be a 1/4 teaspoon of olive oil, a little bit of lavender. Leave it on for an hour. So time it before something that's normal for you. So maybe an hour before bath time, and then rinse it well, but make sure it doesn't get in their eyes when you rinse it. Okay, it works really well. For immune support, frankincense and tea tree on the bottom, and or tea tree on the bottoms of the feet. For pink eye, there's a protocol for kids pink eye. Actually, I'm going to write myself a note here to talk about that. I didn't put that on my list, but I get pink eye texts from my customers like every week. It's a thing. Pink eye for baby, lavender, bottoms of the feet. Okay. And then for teething, what I love the most for teething is lavender and Roman chamomile along the jawline. So if you're not familiar with making a roller, making a roller is super easy. You can buy 5 ml and 10 ml roller bottles. They're available in the back office with a US order from Doterra. I always recommend buying the roller bottles from Doterra because they work. Other bottles that I've purchased from various sources like Amazon or essential oil companies, they tend to leak after maybe a month or two and break down. The Doterra ones are really strong. So if you're purchasing a 5 ml bottle, you would add 5 drops of essential oil and then fill it up to the top with coconut oil. That's why this pump is so great, because you can pump it in, makes it super easy. For a 10 ml bottle, I would do 10 drops for a baby, and you can make your own, okay? And then you would apply that along the jawline for teething. I actually really liked the lavender and rowan chamomile on the feet for teething. I find it worked really much faster than putting it on the jawline. You can do both though. This would be more for pain, and then the feet would be more for irritability, okay? What else can I say about babies? Okay, so I'm gonna link up a natural baby powder that you can make to this. Let me just grab it, hang on, I printed it out. So what you're gonna need for that, guy, is cornstarch, arrowroot powder, Roman chamomile oil, lavender oil, and finely ground oats. I'm gonna link up that recipe for you guys so that you can print it out and have it on hand. The other products that I absolutely love for babies, which were so successful, doTERRA actually ran out a couple of times, but they're back in, is the baby line. Now, I don't have the other 2 products right now, we ran out. This is the hair and body wash here. I'm gonna read to you what's in this so that you can be educated on that. It contains vanilla extract, lavender, and Roman chamomile. It also has East African shea butter in it as well, which possesses fatty acids that support your baby's soft skin. Okay, so it's gentle, everyday use formula that's been clinically tested to be tear-free. So you can use this. So I have this in Evangeline's bathroom, my 4-year-old had since she was born, or since the line came out, I guess, that would be more honest. She washes her hands with this, and this is her shampoo, okay? Then, in addition to that, the baby line comes together in a set of 3. There's the baby lotion. In the baby lotion is also the shea butter, which is awesome. And it's a very, it's like a very calming, soothing sensation to it. It's really great for skin irritations, which is very, very common for babies. So if you have a baby and there's skin irritation, it's very common. One of my co-leaders in doTERRA did a test on her baby recently and used the Honest Company line, which is what I used on my first 2, lotion and diaper rash cream, and then she used the doTERRA, and the doTERRA just completely knocked it out of the park. There's also a diaper rash cream, which I just said. It's non-nano zinc. It's a skin protectorant, and it has been tested and approved for even the most sensitive skin, okay? It also has the shea butter in it too. It has lavender, carrot seed, and tea tree. So we talked about tea tree being really good for the bum spray that I recommended. So that's probably why it's in the cream, okay? I think that covers us off. The other thing that I wanted to talk about for baby was a diffuser. There's really cute diffusers in the US warehouse for babies. I believe there's an elephant and a whale right now. The other one that's available is this guy here. This is the Petal 1.0. The new Petal 2.0 actually went to my kids' school. I had 3 of them and they went to my kids' school this week. Yay! So they're gonna try them out and see how they go. Looks exactly like this, just the color's a little bit different. But I love these diffuses for kids' rooms. They have a light that goes on and off, so you can have no light or light. My kids use them as their night lights, which is great. So for a little tiny baby, you can start diffusing right away. If the baby's in the nursery, or if you're used to using oils and your baby's in your room, you have to remember that you need to lower the amount of oil you're using and be specific about what types of oil you're using in the diffuser in your room, okay? So diffuser oils that I love are frankincense, and start with 1 drop. I still just do 1 drop in my 4-year-old's diffuser. She has a tiny little room, so that's probably why. But 1 drop of frankincense is great. 1 drop of lavender is also really great. You could do a drop of lemon as well. Those are really nice. So right at the get-go, you can begin diffusing in your little tiny baby's room. So the other thing that I love about this diffuser is that it comes in most of the kits. If you don't have an account with doTERRA yet, this guy here comes with the Home Essentials kit. You can run it for 1, 2, or 4 hours, light on or light off. It's a little workout horse. I've had a bunch of these for over 3 years and they're still going strong, which is not the case for most diffusers. The other thing that I talked about, and then we'll move on to kids for baby, is if you want to get a good deal and you want to get set up, you can do the 9 oil roller set. So this isn't all 9, this is actually 6 of the 9. These are the ones I haven't talked about. So you would use the frankincense, lavender, and melaleuca for baby. And then as baby gets older, you can use the other 6. And these are the ones that you can use on your kids, over 2, and on yourself. And in there is oregano, OnGuard, deep blue, peppermint, breathe, and Zengest or Digest Zen, depending on where you are. Okay? I'm going to talk a little bit about those each quickly for the kids, but I just wanted to give you guys options. Now, moving on, the OnGuard line. The #1 way that you can up-level your home is to use cleaning products that are safe. Now, everybody in the marketplace is telling you and marketing to you that their products are safe, okay? A lot of these companies are able to just put kids across the top of a product that is actually highly toxic for not only kids, but also adults, sunscreen. So let's talk about cleaning products. What I love about doTERRA is that I have one place that I shop for all of my household cleaning items, for my household pharmacy, and for my beauty and my bath and body, okay? So if you're going to begin to make the shift to take chemicals out of your, hang on, I'm just letting someone in here. If you're going to begin to take the chemicals out of your home for your baby, I'm going to make some really great suggestions for you guys today. #1 is laundry detergent. Get rid of the Tide. Get the OnGuard. This is immunity boosting. It is highly concentrated, so you only literally need a 1/4 capful of this, so it lasts a really long time. And the great thing about this product is that you can add it to a monthly order. I call it my monthly wellness box. So this goes in my monthly wellness box every month, and I don't have to think about it. I don't have to say, Alexa, add this to my shopping list for such and such a store. This is easy. It goes right into my wellness box in my cart, okay? Hand soap. We talked about this hand soap for the little guys and shampoo. This hand soap is amazing. Also immunity boosting. It's from the OnGuard oil. So the OnGuard oil is immunity boosting. It's the protective blend. It's going to protect you from getting sick. It's also going to help you recover more quickly and get more healthy while you're sick, okay? So whenever somebody in my house gets sick, everybody in the house gets OnGuarded. So we're using the hand soap all the time. So you're getting a nice immunity boost when you're using this soap. Also, 2 or 3 times a day, everybody's getting OnGuarded on the bottoms of their feet, including the person who's sick. And then the OnGuard goes in the diffuser in every bedroom at nighttime and the diffuser in the kitchen. This greatly reduces the chances of the domino effect. And for those of you who have multiple children, you know what the domino effect is. It's every single person in the house gets sick, and then for 7 or 8 weeks, everybody's sick, okay? OnGuard, all the way. I have these little bottles here that I pour the hand soap. The hand soap actually comes in a bottle like this, and this bottle refills this twice, so it's also much better for the environment. And I use these little bottles. I carry one in my purse, and Gabrielle, my daughter, carries one in her knapsack because her skin breaks out into really bad rashes when she uses conventional soap, even the ones that say they're eco-friendly. So this is great as well. There's an OnGuard cleaner concentrate that you can use to create your own countertop spray, toilet spray. This is my kitchen spray. So this is an all-purpose. It has 2 tablespoons of this in it. So this guy here is going to last me over 6 months. It's about $12. So I'm making my own, and there's no plastic bottle going in the landfill, but we're here to talk about kids. The reason that I like to use this is because my kids are all over my floor, my countertop, everywhere in my house. And if I'm using chemical products, they're going to touch the surface of their skin the same way that Tide does, or not to just pick on Tide, Downy, or whatever you're using does, okay? Toothpaste. I love the OnGuard toothpaste for any child over 2 and all adults. This is incredible. Also immunity boosting. My oral health is completely changed since I started using this guy. And then I talked earlier about the OnGuard hand sanitizer. So that goes in everyone's backpack and also my purse. I've got it in the car and everybody uses that. So the reason why I wanted to tell you guys about the OnGuard line is because I believe that the chemicals in your home are the #1 reason you're getting sick, okay? They're the #1 cause of all the things. So we can eat clean, exercise, sleep well, do all the things, but if we're continuously pounding our bodies with chemicals, it has an effect. It's affecting our endocrine system. It's affecting, well, which is affecting our hormones, which is affecting our immune system, okay? So most importantly, get those chemicals out of your home first and foremost before anything. That's my little passionate rant. Now I'm gonna move on to kids. So for kids, the dilution is about the same. 1 drop to 1/4 teaspoon of carrier oil. Again, jojoba, olive oil, almond oil, coconut. Again, 1 drop, guys. 1 drop. Or a roller, which is pre-diluted, okay? I have a box that I brought to show you. This little box here is in my kitchen. So when I'm setting the table at night for breakfast, for the next morning, this box goes out on the table. And it has the children's A to Z chewable tablets. This is a daily multivitamin. They have little smiley faces on them. They are watermelon, so they're very tasty. The kids love them. They take 2 of those in the morning. They take 1 teaspoon of the IQ Mega omega-3 oil. This guy is, it's really tasty. It's got the wild orange oil in it. My kids love it. This is incredible for brain health. Then a non-Doterra product is a vitamin D that the kids take. They take 1 drop of vitamin D because we live in Toronto and we need that. And then I have 2 rollers. So these are pre-diluted like I talked about. I have tea tree melaleuca and OnGuard, okay? The OnGuard, the kids grab and they do a little bit on their neck like this, and then they do a big W across their chest. What that's gonna do is it's gonna give them an immunity boost and a protective barrier for any airborne sickness coming at them, because there's sick kids everywhere at school. Emotionally, if you're interested in that aspect, it's also protective of really intense energy. So it's going to be a nice mirror to reflect anything away from the child that's intense for them. The melaleuca, I just take the top off and they dab their finger on the top and then they do their hair part. Okay, that's for lice prevention and also for psychic protection. Okay. Lastly, the PB Assist sticks, these guys here, these are kids probiotics. They're a tasty little snack, so it's their reward for finishing their breakfast and clearing their dishes to the dishwasher. They get one of these guys, okay? And if you can't find those products in your back office, make sure you're doing a US warehouse order. Moving on. For the kids over 2, I love the Doterra shampoo and conditioner. I use these 2 as well. They come in 1 liter bottles as well, so you can have them in your shower with a big pump. This one is not tear-free, FYI. This one is, if that's important in your house. I found it about 2 years old. I didn't need the tear-free anymore, so Evangeline still likes the baby one, but I use this one on the older ones and then the conditioner on everybody. Again, when we're talking about getting the toxins out of our house, the #1 place that we find toxins is in our cleaning products and in our skin and beauty products. Okay, so consider that A lot of the times when we have a baby, we consider the baby, but we don't consider the environment, okay, around the baby. We consider the products we might be using on the baby, and a lot of those products are usually greenwashed as well. So pay attention to what you're using. Don't believe what you see at first. Really look into the products that you're using on your baby. That's what I love about doTERRA, is it's a one-stop shop for me. I can put the products in my cart and know that they have been sustainably sourced, that they're pure, therapeutic grade, they've been tested, and that there's like an absolute mom seal of approval on doTERRA products. And I don't have to leave my house, and it gets delivered to my house. So it's a win-win. And I get 25% off. Okay, and I get points back for free shipping, and I get points back for free products. So it's like a mom's dream. Literally, it's my dream. It's my favorite thing. I love it when that purple box comes. All right, next. I didn't talk to you guys about this book. So this is another resource that I love. It's a book by Dr. Marisa Snyder. She's also a doTERRA wellness advocate, and she is a doctor of functional medicine. She spoke at convention this year, and she also spoke, for those of you who missed it, Christine and I interviewed her in the summer in our Essential Sisters Oil Love group, and we talked about hormones. So if that's something you'd like to watch, we had a lot of fun doing that talk. You can search her name, Marisa Snyder, and it'll come up in the group, in the Facebook group. So this book here is called Smart Mom's Guide to Essential Oils, Natural Solutions for a Healthy Family, Toxin-Free Home, and Happier You. This book has been the inspiration for a lot of my lifestyle choices in my house, and it's a really good go-to. So I'm just going to open up to a page. Post-Sun Soothing Spray, for example. Let's see what else I find. Breathe Deep Blend. Okay, so there's lots of great stuff in here, from household cleaning products that you can DIY to what oils you can use on kids, how to dilute them, a lot of the stuff that we're talking about today, bath blends. This is a great book, okay? So for kids, there is a really great collection called the doTERRA Kids Collection. This is what it looks like when it comes. Okay, I love this. I'll open it up for you. This is the cute little bag. And when you open it up on the inside, you'll see 6 oils. And then there's these cute little, this one's literally brand new, hang on. There's these cute little tops that go on top. So they're little caps that go on top, and you can click them onto things. And then also in here is a flashcard information little booklet. So this is for parents and caregivers. Like, for example, the Brave Blend, which we're going to talk about. It says, start your day by rolling Brave on your tummy or the bottoms of your feet for an uplifting and energizing aroma. Okay? So it's really great because for kids who can read, they know what they're doing. For caregivers, for parents, everybody knows what they're doing. So this is a really great way to get started. This is the ultimate birthday gift. I give this as a birthday gift, or 1 roller or 2 rollers. And what I'll do is if I'm not giving the whole set, I'll just photocopy one of these and cut it out and give it with it so that they know how to use it properly. I did this as the loot bags this year for my son's 9th birthday. So every kid got, they would sort of like blind pick, and every kid got a different color and a little different instruction. So that was super fun. Now, I have a great holder that I bought on Etsy for my kids' oils. So it's a cute little wood tray here. I have 1 tray in Sutton's room, 1 tray in Gabrielle's room, 1 tray in Evangeline's room, 1 tray on the main floor, and then they each have access. So before bed, they're able to pick intuitively what they want to use. Their intuition rocks. Okay? Don't interfere. Let them pick, okay? And if they want to take one to school with them, then they can pick one from downstairs. So the important thing to note about essential oils is that you want to have them where you need them, okay? So if I put geranium on my face in the morning, where am I going to have my geranium? Upstairs in my office or beside my sink? Okay, so the same thing goes for kids. So these 6 oils come in the set. There's a new member in town called Tamer. We'll get to her. First and foremost, I love that they're the colors of the rainbow. So I like to put them in rainbow order. I just like doing stuff like that. That's just who I am. It makes me happy to kind of roll them all out straight and put them in a line in rainbow colors. The first one is Stronger. This is the protective blend. Evangeline used this on her feet last night. She's like, oh, mommy, my nose is a bit runny and I have a cough. She went and grabbed this herself. She's 2. No, she's 4. She's not 2, she's 4. I can't keep track of my kids anymore. Rolled this on her feet happily, no problem. This is the immunity booster. This is the OnGuard for kids. She also uses OnGuard in the mornings on her chest, either or. The kids really like having access to their own kids collection, right? They really like that sensation of having access. If this isn't in the wheelhouse for you out of the gates, no big deal, but this is something that could come along for Christmas or for birthdays or for something special, or right out of the gates if it works for you. Brave has been an absolute rescue to our family. This guy here is the Courage blend. So my daughter Gabrielle rolls this, like I read to you earlier. She rolls it, she actually makes a smiley face. So she does 2 dots, a smile, and then the circle around to make a smiley face on her belly in the mornings before she goes to school. And then she usually takes it with her and she'll roll it on her wrist points and inhale it when she's at school and she misses mommy. It really works. It is a good Brave oil. This is also great before sports. My son has one in his hockey bag. He puts it on before his hockey games. Okay, so he has a nice aroma coming up through his helmet, keeping him uplifted and brave. Okay. Thinker is great for focus. This is the focus blend. This would be really good. Well, you could imagine where you need focus in your family. This one is on Sutton's desk in his room and Gabrielle's desk for when they do homework. So they'll roll this on their temples and they'll inhale it before they do homework. Steady. This would be the equivalent to the balance oil for those of you who are using doTERRA already. This would be like basically balance for kids. So it's the grounding blend. I wake my kids up with this one most days. So I'll wake them up and I'll roll it up and down their spine and a little bit on their temples and then just hold it under their nose as they wake up. It really creates like a grounding effect into Mother Earth to really be centered and more tree-like than wind-like. Okay. Rescuer is the soothing blend. This is great for anxiety and stress relief, but also specifically for sore muscles, growing pains, anything like that. So anytime anyone has any soreness, this Rescuer blend goes on, but it's also very relaxing. The kids choose it a lot as their bedtime oil. And then last but not least, what we're giving away is our prize today, Calmer. Dun, 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 dun. Best oil ever. This guy here is amazing. It goes on the feet for most of my kids before bed. My husband uses this one. His dad uses this one. So these oils aren't exclusively for children. They're diluted for children, but that doesn't mean they're not going to work on adults. Okay. So if you love these blends, you're not going to believe this for those of you who know me, I'm actually starting to prefer Steady to Balance. Okay, I've got Steady in my purse all the time. Those are the kids' rollers. They are awesome. Okay, the other 2 rollers that I love for kids are Console and Peace. Okay, Console is incredible for tantrums, for absolute loss of, self-awareness. It's amazing. It draws them right back into center. It's also really good for sadness because it's consoling, right? This is a regular diluted oil. This isn't from the kids line, but it was originally created for grief. This is the grief blend, okay? It's actually the comforting blend, but I call it the grief blend. Peace has been really great for my youngest when she gets really like aggressive and just really like explosive. This particular, Kelsey, if you're on this call, this particular oil has really gotten us through a lot with her. It's very, very strong Peace. So a lot of people will want to buy the actual bottle, 5 ml bottle of Peace and put it in a diffuser. I like the roller because it's diluted. It's very strong, this guy here. I had to tell you about those 2. Then Tamer is the new addition to the kids line. It's the digestive blend. So this is the kids version. For those of you who are using the oils, this is the kids version of the Zengest. Roll it on the tummy for any digestive upset. All right, cool. Let's see how much time we have left. Okay. So moving on. The really nice diffuser blends for kids. Balance and Serenity. 2 drops Balance, 1 drop Serenity for kids. Awesome diffuser blend, even like in the house, not just in the bedroom, okay? Amazing in a classroom. This guy here is working brilliantly for my family. Siberian Fir and Citrus Bliss together on my main floor. So it's diffusing the whole main floor. I would do 4 or 5 Citrus Bliss and 2 Siberian Fir. This has been working great. It's uplifting and really grounding and calming at the same time. Anytime someone has, you know, any kind of respiratory issues, easy air, okay? For on the chest, with coughs, with difficulty breathing, this oil in the diffuser for anyone who has a child with any kind of respiratory issue, you would want to put 2 to 4 drops of this in the diffuser for any child who is asthmatic. And I would highly recommend the Breathe or Easy Air, depending on what country you're in. It's the same product, the Breathe Roller as well, for that on the chest or the bottoms of the feet every night. For coughs, I love 1 drop eucalyptus, 1 drop rosemary with coconut oil. Rub it all over the chest, the neck. Take the shirt over the face. Cap yourself off and take 3 deep breaths. Okay, so you're creating your own little like steam bath of eucalyptus and rosemary. It will stop that tickly hack cough for about 3 hours. It has been a complete lifesaver for both me and the kids. For a fever, I would use rose oil or frankincense or OnGuard up and down the spine every 3 hours. And then peppermint on the feet and on the back of the neck and the shoulders. Okay. In addition to that, if somebody is vomiting, immediately on the feet, patchouli and peppermint, 1 drop of each with coconut oil and peppermint in the diffuser. Okay. Car sickness, the Digest Zen or Zengest on the feet with fractionated coconut oil before you get in the car. Okay. You can also use ginger, but I have a tendency to not recommend ginger because it's a very hot oil. So cinnamon, oregano, ginger, clove, cassia, and lemongrass are oils that can all really irritate skin. So if you need to use them on your kids, just make sure you're really diluting. But at the same time, if there's an alternative, I would use an alternative. So the Zengest is a great alternative to ginger for car sickness. For headaches, I have my daughter who gets headaches inhale frankincense from the bottle or from 1 drop from her hands. And then she applies peppermint to her temples, around her hairline, down the backs of her ears, along her jawline, and the back of her neck. For headaches, that's our solution. For nightmares, let me just pull up my notes. I like to use, I just read a different one which looked amazing. So I always use just straight up juniper berry. For any kind of night terror, you can circumvent it by putting juniper berry in the diffuser at night. I found a recommendation to put lavender with it for bad dreams. So you could do that. For stinky equipment, like older kids, like Sutton's hockey bag, take a couple cotton balls and put 2 drops of purify oil, 2 drops of purify oil on each cotton ball, throw it in the bag. Totally takes care of that. There's a protocol that I love to do on my whole family. We do it on Monday nights before bed, myself included and Jeff. I do it on him, he and the kids do it on me, and then the kids do it on each other, or I do it on everyone. So it's great for immunity boosting, and it's great for calming down the central nervous system. So really calming down anxiousness, okay? So what you need for that, I always have it ready, at the ready in the kids' bathroom. So I've got this cute little holder that I also got on Etsy, and it has frankincense, tea tree melaleuca, aroma touch, and peppermint. What you're going to do is you're going to put, for children, 1 drop of frankincense on the back of the neck, rub it in so they can be lying on their tummy getting extra relaxed. Then have them inhale it 3 times, then rub it on the bottoms of their feet. Then you move on to melaleuca. 1 drop on the spine, rub it up and down the spine, put the excess on the bottoms of their feet. You can add a bit of coconut oil to this if your child has sensitive skin. You don't have to. My kids like it because it goes a bit further and makes it a little bit more like a massage. Then you move on to aroma touch, which is the massage blend, but so much more than a massage blend. 1 drop on the back, up and down the spine. And then peppermint, 1 drop on the back. Definitely dilute the peppermint and rub it all over the back, okay? That's called the basic protocol. That is like a guaranteed lights out for your kids. It is so relaxing. It's so replenishing, and it will really help them go into a deep state of relaxation and a really deep form of immunity support. And they're doing that once a week in our house, and Jeff and I are doing it as well. With adults, you can do 4 drops of each of those oils, okay? If you would like me to do a video actually demoing that, just pop a note in the comments here, and then I can create that for you guys. I think that covers off, I've got a little bit more here. For a few oils for different conditions: anxiousness, lavender and orange; dry, scaly skin, lavender; itchy spots, lavender and basil; owies, lavender and melaleuca or tea tree; scratchy throat, melaleuca and lemon directly on the throat; sniffles, lemon, frankincense, or cypress; and upset stomach, always, where's my Zengest? This guy here, the Zengest roller or the tamer, okay? There's a few rollers that you guys could try if you wanted to for ears. I know I said I was going to talk about ears. You could pre-make a roller that you just have on hand when anything ear is showing up. 1 drop basil, 1 drop lavender, 1 drop melaleuca in a little 5 ml bottle filled with coconut oil. Rub it behind the ears and along the mastoid bone back here. I think that pretty much covers off what I wanted to talk about. Let me just take a quick look around. Oh, there's also a great Empowered Success series on oils for kids. I'm going to link it up as well. I have a note to link that up for you guys, and I'll link up the other things that I talked about today. Let me see, did I get everything? I think I got everything. So I'm going to open it up. If you have, oh, I see there's some questions here. I also use Tamer to get rid of a fever in my 4-month-old. Oh, amazing, Miranda. Where did you apply it?
Feet. Yeah, I did Tamer on the feet and Rose on the spine.
How many hours between each? Like
the Tamer I was using probably every, like, I wasn't timing it, but probably around every like 2 to 3 hours. I was just like feeling her head, and if she was getting hot, I would add a little bit.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Siberian fir and citrus bliss will make your house smell like anthropology. Yes, without the synthetic toxins going into your endocrine system. Amazing. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute yourselves. I'll give it a minute here. And I promise to post this call up to our Oil Love group with all the different things that I said that I would link up for you guys. I want to thank you guys for coming, and I want to thank Sammy for inspiring this call. Okay, I don't see any questions coming in. You're welcome, guys. I see your notes. Thanks for coming. And what else do we have up here? Yes, remember, like Sammy said, Roman Chamomile is on sale until the end of the month. If you have any questions about how you can get these oils, let me know. Okay? We want to get these into your house. Bye, guys.